Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I had originally planned on recording this video as an Evil Brit Returns segment, but with a constant never-ending stream of crap that is flowing out of Bethesda over the course of the past 72 hours, I decided that they don't deserve to be made fun of in that manner, at least not for an entire video. Their constant duplicitousness and greed are so incomprehensibly astounding that I can scarcely wrap my mind around all of it, let alone be able to properly mock it at this current juncture. And I know it's been over a week since I've posted any videos. There was the holiday, parents visiting, day job, and several recent personal matters that prevented me from getting back to you all. Life is life, though, and the show, as they say, must go on. Fallout 76 has been the gift that keeps on giving in recent days, or I should say the gift that keeps on taking, because let's face it, Bethesda is not giving people a whole hell of a lot at this juncture. With their promising refunds only to later reverse their decision, only to reverse it again, but only in countries where the law prevents them from doing otherwise, which yes, this means if you live in the US, you're fucked if you downloaded the game. There is the law firm investigating the potential of a class action lawsuit, and now we have a case of clear and evident false advertising. Now, I will, of course, present the facts as we currently know them before I offer up my opinion on all of this, as I do feel very strongly here, which is about as surprising as saying water is wet. Links to any sources used will be in the description down below, as well as links to my social media, Discord, and Patreon. If you'd be willing to give those a gander, I would be very much appreciated. So here is what we know. Now, all of this surrounds the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition, and in particular, this picture that is on your screen now. Now, in this picture, they advertise a canvas West Tech duffel bag, a wearable T-51B Power Armor helmet, an exclusive steel case, 24 collectible Fallout figurines, Tricentennial Edition digital items, and a glow-in-the-dark world terrain map. All for the comfortable low price of $200. And yes, this one actually did come with a copy of the game. Now, the controversy here surrounds the Canvas West Tech duffel bag. It would seem that while Bethesda is very clearly and without disclaimer showcasing this as one of the items on offer in this $200 collector's edition of the game, that is not what people have been getting. Now, this image, courtesy of a poster on ResetEra, show that the bag that they received is nylon and not canvas, a much less expensive and much less sturdy item. That user filed a complaint to Bethesda asking them what they plan to do about this issue, who stated the following in response. "Hello, we're sorry that you aren't happy with the bag. The bag shown in the media was a prototype and was too expensive to make. We aren't planning on doing anything about it." This is what appears to be, in fact, a case of false advertising on the part of Bethesda, particularly of the bait-and-switch variety. Now, on the Jacoby and Myers website, they give a decent description of bait-and-switch false advertising, where they state, "Bait-and-switch advertising is the advertising of a product that the business does not provide or does not intend to sell." Now, in response to the ensuing new wave of outrage directed towards the game's developers, Bethesda responded via this Twitter post in which they promised the aggrieved party 500 atoms if they visit this article and fill out the form. Now, there are a few things worth noting about this offer. First, per one commenter on that Twitter post, 500 atoms gets you a flower and a door. It is also digital goods and costs Bethesda literally nothing to offer this compensation. Second, this offer is an offer for compensation, and if you accept that, then you have received what you deemed to be equivalent or satisfactory value, and once that happens, you yourself are most likely no longer capable of bringing suit against Bethesda over their false advertising. It is also worth noting that that particular aspect is important, as in some states in the US, a consumer can not only sue for the value of the goods offered, they can also seek punitive damages as well. Granted, this is not in all states, but in certain states it is possible. So while every single time someone accepts this offer, Bethesda is able to lower the risk that that might happen to them. And so those are the facts as I know them currently, and I know I provided some information in there that leans towards my own opinion, but they are still facts nonetheless, and I want to make sure everyone knows what their potential options are. You see, Bethesda, and not only them, but all of the AAA companies have been allowed to get away with whatever they desire and happily soak up money hand over fist in the process, but this year seems to be the year where all of that might have begun to slowly change, where people might start finally be waking up to what these companies companies have been doing and finally starting to take a stand against them. Now, make no mistake, Fallout 76 is the new No Man's Sky. It was a vastly overhyped pile of garbage that will take Bethesda literally years to be able to bring up to an acceptable level, and judging from how they've done so well in the past in patching their games, that I'm sure the modders will get that sorted in no time. Bethesda released a game that they knew was broken garbage. They knew it was a hot mess that should never have come out the door, and yet they did it anyways. Because hey, it's Bethesda. We've gotten people used to bugs in our games so much that they would probably be disappointed if the game was released in an acceptable state. Oh, I'm sorry you wanted characters and story. My dear boy, all of that nonsense costs money, and we're too busy counting all of yours for us to really be bothered. After all, we know you'll buy whatever toss we decide to throw out there because we're Bethesda, you anxious little worm, and that is what we do. Run along and go buy some atoms. Daddy has to count all of his money again. There you go, little evil Brit for you guys. Bethesda has released a broken game. They've refused refunds everywhere it is legal for them to do so. They've engaged in false advertising not just with the game itself, but with the $200 Power Armor edition of the game. You know, I fervently hope someone does sue Bethesda over all of this. They most certainly should be made to provide what they advertise to people. They need to be made to provide what people paid for, and that they are most certainly not doing right now. Now, I've said multiple times in previous videos, well over a year ago, that the shine was slowly coming off the apple when it came to Bethesda, and it was only a matter of time before people got fed up with their nonsense. And now that they've taken that apple and wiped their unwashed backsides with it, they themselves have greatly sped up that process. As always, please do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. It feels good to be back. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.